Hello everyone! You're looking at the view out of the back of my car. Stay with me though, because this is where I was the following night. After some pretty rough weather, it was good to be looking at the stars. And especially since I'd recently spent a couple of days with my friend in the Lake District getting blown off our feet. Bedraggled and disconcerted in the back of my car, I've decided to sleep in the car for the night. However, the next morning dawned bright and sunny, as forecast after all those hail showers, and I slept like a baby. Morning. Hopefully I look a little bit better with my hat on. Okay, so just getting my breakfast. Been battling with my rucksack, but I think I've finally got it packed. Right, let's get the stove on. Just setting off. You can see it's a gorgeous day, really excited. And I've just been chatting to the guy that looks after this area. His name's Alasdair. Got my tent with me, large pack as you can see, and I think I'm going to have a look in the Bothy, see what it's like, because the guy's Alasdair has just told me that it's been repointed and tarted up a bit. If I spin round, you should get an idea of where I am. Really impressive. Really impressive, especially that mountain just poking up there. Quite a lot of bird poo. I suppose that's to be expected. So I'll get topped up and head off up there. If it stays like this, I think I'll opt for a night under the stars. Catch you later. So off I went, not quite knowing what lay in store for the next couple of days. That streep up there, where I was over New Year. Check out that video. It's a bit further up the glen now. Still looking beautiful. I can see there's a lodge just ahead, so I know that any time now I'll come to the Corryhully Bothy, and I'm just going to stop there to fill up my flask of tea, because there's actually electricity in that Bothy, and I think there was a kettle last time I looked. Well, here we are, Corryhully Bothy. Just going to make myself a cup of tea and have a banana. There's even left some tomato ketchup. Cheers. It was way too nice to be indoors, so I finished my tea outside. There's a nice bench here to sit on. There we go. Well, it's looking promising. So if you can hear my voice above the water, there's the path I'm just about to take. So I'm just crossing the river now. There's the path. Still nice, breeze is picking up a bit, but the sun's glistening off the water. I'll do a quick spin round. Like so.
OK, I could pretend that I deliberately approached these hills by the Corrie to stay out of the wind, but it'd be a barefaced lie, and somebody out there will probably question my choice anyway. The truth is, I'm a complete fuckwit and walked right past the obvious path with the signpost pointing to the first Munro, and I've done them twice before.
Stopping for a bite to eat, I've walked right up into the Corrie. So I'm just having a cup of tea that I've made in the bothy, a cheese scone, and get up onto that first Munro. Well, it's a bit hazy, but the views are all starting to open up now, and down into the Corrie.
Well, at least my experience enabled me to judge that I could bash my way up the Corrie using the line of least resistance.
Make my way up onto the ridge. Between the two summits. And a right steep slog up there. Brief respite from the wind, but it is pretty gusty. There's the summit. I'll be going up and then popping back down here again. Let me flip you around. Don't know if you can see me or whether I'm a bit blurred, but yeah, came up the Corrie, sheltered from the wind a wee bit, and got a really good view. So trying to decide whether to drop my sack and then just go up there and come back down again. We'll see. Admitting I'm a bit cream crackered after coming all the way up there with my tent, but here I am on Coireachan, I think it is, that's how it's pronounced, and get all the way across there next. Gotta get on. Catch you later. Quick pano for you. I think that might be Loch Mora down there, but I'm not sure. I'll let you know later.
Well, due to my deliberate mistake, I hauled my sorry ass tent and camera equipment to the second summit not long before the sunset.
Down now.
That descent took longer than I'd remembered. I descended steeply and rather boggily to find a lovely spot near the burn and the bridge I'd crossed earlier, and just in the nick of time before my head torch was needed to pitch the tadpole.
Well, I finally got the tent up. You can probably hear it flapping in the wind there. I'm absolutely exhausted. I am absolutely knackered. I'm so tired I don't even feel like eating. But I'm going to have to just force myself to get the stove on and get some grub. That was a long, protracted descent. Lovely to see the sunset on the mountain, on the second mountain. But the descent just killed me. I'm in my tadpole. Good old faithful tadpole. There we are, look. There's the flapping tent. I'll have to tie that back in a second. It's quite late, it must be about 8 o'clock now. I put the tent up just about in the dark. So for now, I'm going to get something hot to eat, and then I'm going to collapse and wake up to the sunshine, I hope. Good night, everyone.
I can't decide which of these two photographs I prefer. Which one do you think's best, the bright one or the darker one? And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying this.
Best get my porridge on.
Well, here's the view from the tent this morning. It looks glorious. I'm not sure if you can see him, but I seem to have a visitor. Let me zoom in. Yeah, there he is. He's staring at me. I've got some porridge oats if you want any. Well, what a morning. Hope you can hear my voice over the river. I've just fed those deer over there. Not sure if you can see them just on the near horizon. I've just fed them with some of my porridge from a distance, obviously. Not everyone's a Callum. But the sun's just starting to hit the slopes. My, what a day I had yesterday. I was feeling rough this morning, still am. But this is just beautiful. Wow, look at that. And there, if you can see it there, there's my tent. Haven't had my porridge yet, so best go and get something to eat. I've got my arse out of bed, been hanging out with the stags this morning, sun's shining, throat doesn't feel too bad now, and I'm heading up to the col between Sgurr Thuilm and Streep. Streep is just behind me in that direction. That's the view behind, and if I spin round, I'm heading up to that col. I'm sort of up near the top of the col. That's it behind me. I think this is part of the Cape Wrath Trail as well. It's really nice. I'm really enjoying it. I think I might just give myself time to do a bit of photography today. I'll spin you around to show you what I'm looking at behind as well. That's Sgurr Thuilm up there, where I came down pretty late last night.
Well, somebody around here has got a sense of humour, because there isn't actually a fence on either side of this gate. You can just walk around it.
Ever wish you could be in two places at the same time? Oh, it looks glorious down there. Well, it's very lovely in this glen. I've hit the sunshine now, and you probably can't hear it now, but a few minutes ago there's a skylark just above me singing its little heart out. It really is gorgeous. Just stand up, I'm crouched. think I'm going to have a snooze. It's lovely here. Unashamedly lazy.
So after having some quality time with the sun beating down on my face, I got my Fuji out and had a bit of an exploration. I felt like a kid being taken to the seaside for the day. The view from Streep on this side of the glen was just lovely, and I was shortly to be delighted by what was happening around my feet.
I wonder if you can hear that. It's the frogs. There's loads of them and they're all croaking. Listen. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Wow. There they are. They're actually quite noisy. Chorus of frogs. Wow. Go on, Mr. Frog.
So having had my fill of the singing frogs, I headed back over the Coll. The idea was to spend the evening in the Bothy. However, at this time I hadn't realised that I wouldn't see my camera for some time.
Morning everyone. Well, I had quite a rough night last night because the wind has been quite strong, gusting around the tent. I've drained every single battery that I have, taken photographs. The sky was lovely last night. So yeah, no more Osmo, no more Fuji, and I had a bit of an epic yesterday because I left my camera. I'd walked all the way to the top of the Coll. I'll show you where that is in a second. All the way up to the top of the Coll. Had a lazy day yesterday, wandering around in the sun, listening to the frogs. You'll see all the footage. But on the way back, I left my camera. Walked all the way out to the Bothy where I intended to stay, and then realised no camera. So I had to hike all the way back up to the top of the Coll. Thankfully, I found the camera. So yeah, a bit of fuckwittery, really. Anyway, just gonna have a look outside. This is the only camera I've got left now, so let's see what it's like. Wow! Well, same camping spot again. It's like deja vu all over again. But there's the view. Another glorious morning. Oh man, I wish I didn't have to go home. Anyway, I'll get my ass out of the tent, show you where I walked up to the Coll last night. So I'm heading back to the Bothy now. That Coll over there is where I had to go and pick my camera up last night. So that was quite a hike. That's 2 late nights I've had. Really enjoyed it though. I mean, look at it this morning, it's beautiful. On to the Bothy for breakfast. Bye for now. Last walk of my trip. You see behind me, it's a glorious day again. A little bit breezy. So I'm heading up to another Coll,
Just behind me is a Corryhully Sgurr. There it is. And behind me, there's the col. I'm just going to head up there. Wow, this is some place absolutely beautiful. The sky is so blue. Days like this just, well, they don't happen often enough, but when they do, they're very special. This would be an amazing place for a wild camp. Right up from the Bothy's way down there. So I've walked all the way up to have a skeg. That's Sgurr and Sgurr. I did that a few years ago. A bit blustery. Blue sky. This is just tremendous. The col seems to go on for a long way. I'm going to head for that little crag, I think, just over there. I'm going to sit here and have my cup of tea. Looking around me, the Corryhully is just behind me, behind my head. But what I'm looking at straight in front of me is this really interesting looking crag. And it's got like a zigzaggedy path. I'll spin you around in a minute so you can see it. I think I might just go and have an explore. I know time's pressing, I've got to get back home today, but you know, I've done the Munros twice, I've done the Corryhully once, absolutely wonderful. Do you know, I'm really quite starting to enjoy just doing these trips up to cols and just exploring, having a look round places I've never been to before. Let's just show you what I'm talking about. Hope this works for you. There we go. So it's like a zigzaggy path going up there.
So rather reluctantly, I shouldered my pack and made my way back to the Bothy and yet another cup of tea.
Back at the Bothy, had a wonderful couple of days here. We're living in a world where we're constantly being bombarded with emails and Teams messages, especially in the last 2 years. And when we're all working from home as well, I think we're working even harder than we used to. So getting out here and doing this, it's essential. It's for anyone that's thinking about coming out. I'm 55, and although I've been doing this for a lot of years, it never fails. It never fails to ease all of the stresses of everyday life. So my message is, I guess, just get out and enjoy the outdoors. This is fabulous. It is absolutely fabulous. I'm not doing this for money or anything like that. I'm not trying to monetize on YouTube. I've not even got that many social media channels or contacts. Nor am I doing it to get any free gear. I've heard that people get samples sent to them so that they can demonstrate them on YouTube and what have you, which is not something that I'm thinking of doing. Having said that,
Rab. If you want to send me any free kit, call me. Cheers. Call me. So I'll leave you with this view of Ben Nevis on the drive home. Thanks once more for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you've enjoyed my long weekend. See you outdoors again soon.